Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Last week, I asked a man to go to dinner with me, and I said, I got it, I'll pay. So he dresses up, I pick him up, take him to the restaurant. I'm like, order whatever you want because I've got money. And we had a great time. We're talking and laughing, the night's going well. So after the dinner's over, I'm like, let's go back to my place. He tells me he doesn't want to, that he just wants to go home. But I told him I have some things that I need done around the house. There's some light bulbs that need to be changed, and I can do them myself, but you know, he's a man, and I'm used to asking men for these kind of things. And he still tells me that he doesn't want to. So I tell him, like, I paid for everything, and all I want for you to do is to come in and change some light bulbs and do some work around my house because I bought you dinner. And he still had the audacity to tell me that that wasn't his job. That just because I bought him a steak dinner doesn't mean that he needs to help me out in my house. That's how you sound when you act like women owe you their bodies just because you bought them dinner.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
All right, well, first off, you're wrong. You're wrong because you're lying. You would never buy your guy a cheap $2 hamburger, let alone a full steak dinner. And second off, you're wrong. Most men don't feel like you owe them bedroom fund just because he bought you dinner. Men feel like they have been cheated because he had to spend all kinds of money on a woman who can't even show him any form of gratitude or kindness for that dinner. And third off, you're wrong. You have no problem using men for their height, their ability to move a couch, or exploiting their emotions against him if it means getting him to do something that you just don't want to do. And you feel like men should pay for this horrible treatment by buying you dinner for the opportunity to be treated like dirt by a woman who can't even bring herself to say thank you when a dude does something nice for her. And finally, you're wrong. That's it. You're simply wrong because you think this is somehow empowering, but it's not. It's just wrong.
Oh, that's not right. No.
So I've reached that point where I'm very content in all of the other aspects of my life, where like now making an active effort to date again, it just feels like something I don't want to do. Like I want a partner, I really do. But like I'm either working or spending time with my friends or my family and like, I don't know, getting things done, going to the gym. Like I have things that I need to do and I'm busy. And then the idea of like making time to possibly spend with a man I don't want to spend it with, to like eventually spend time with a man I do want to spend, like getting there right now. And then like one of them could disrupt my peace and like I could be stressed out by a man right now. Like I just, do I want to mess up what I have going in my life right now? I don't know. But I do want someone to cuddle with.
Fascinating.
Oh yeah, you definitely got a lot going for you there, sister. What with your job that you can't stand, going to the gym 3 times a week and getting drunk with your girl besties once a month. The rest of your busy time is dedicated to making TikToks where you complain about being single and binge watching whatever politically motivated garbage that you stream. You don't have peace, woman. You have solitude. And the only way to alleviate that solitude is so daunting of a task of actually wanting to put in the effort to meet a dude that it makes you whine like a little girl who was told that she doesn't get ice cream until she cleans her room first. And now you just want a man in your life to cuddle with, but that is not enough. You want to cuddle with a rich, good-looking dude's bed who makes your life easy. But why should he care? You have nothing to offer. When the mere prospect of getting a free dinner is so exhausting, then what is that guy going to have to deal with when he decides to commit to you? I'll tell you what he's going to get out of that particular deal there, sister.
Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Stupid! You're so stupid!
You know what's crazy? Is that I know my worth so well that I repeat it to myself in the mirror like it's a skincare routine. I say, you are worthy of love, Aubrey. You are worthy of a consistent communication style, and you are not someone's backup plan. I know my worth so well right up until a delicious man with green eyes who is 6'2" texts me once every 2 weeks like it's a part of his Google Calendar reminder, okay? And I respond. I always respond, but not because I think it's going to be any different. It's kind of because I'm a little delusional and kind of a people pleaser, and I'm like, well, it's rude not to text back. Like, I should just like text back, whatever. And also, he's hot. Like, why wouldn't I text back? You know what I mean? But then he vanishes for 2 weeks, and I'm like, did my manifestation of getting rid of shitty men work again? And then he comes around, and I'm like, oh, maybe he changed. Spoiler, he didn't. Okay, mixed signals are not mixed signals. Mixed signals are actually the signal that they're not that into you, and that's okay. So Aubrey, Don't text him back. What are you doing? Remember the affirmations, okay? Just because he's 6'2" doesn't mean he's deep. And just because he has these delicious fucking green eyes doesn't mean he can see clearly.
Your intellect is as weak as your dollar. Failure is your destiny. You disrespect yourself and your nation. You are made of stupid.
So in other words, you have no value. Well, golly gee willikers, woman. Next thing you're going to tell me is that the ocean is big and boxed wine is a food group. That's why you'll always answer this dude's texts. You're physically attracted to this guy to a pathetic degree. You don't care about his personality or how he treats you, only the fact that he's tall and he's got eyes that make the blood flow to your reproductive organs. And that is enough for you to be totally cool with being a semi-monthly addition to his harem. And it doesn't matter how many affirmations you speak or how often you tell yourself that you're never going to text him back, and that's because your emotions are directly tied to that skunky hell portal of wasted potential that you're packing. And by openly admitting this, according to the market that directly dictates your value, you are worth exactly two things.
Jack and shit. And Jack left town.
Okay, so I need some advice from some other women that are in their 30s that are dating right now, because these young bucks are all about them, some women in their 30s, and I don't know what the rule is. Okay, so I'll be 33 this year, and I'm okay with dating like a decent amount older, so I don't know, 40-ish. But whenever it comes to dating younger, like, what's the cutoff? Because I feel like I have lived a lot of life in my 33 years. You know, I have been married, divorced, I have a child, I run a company. I'm very much like established, even though I'm kind of a mess at the same time. But I've gone through a lot of healing. I am very mature emotionally and just in life in general. So I'm a little scared to go younger, because do these guys really know what it takes to have like a good, healthy, lasting marriage? Like, is that going to be unbalanced? What, in an age-wise, like, what's the cutoff? Like 5 years, like 28 years old, 27, 28. Like, I don't want to feel like the leader in the household or like the mother over this person. I don't know. Help.
You have failed conclusively. It's over. And there is nothing that you can do here in this room that can turn that around.
Lady, you really shouldn't be talking about what it takes to make a marriage last. I mean, you literally said it yourself. You're divorced with a kid. That's the exact opposite of having a successful marriage. And considering how you're acting, I think it's safe to assume who was the one who initiated the whole thing. Now, in terms of being mature, healed, and being a full-grown adult, you are literally none of these things. You immediately assume because a man wants peace, kindness, and dare I say love, then all of a sudden he's looking for a mother. And you're under the assumption that men can't feed themselves or do their own laundry or basically live up to their responsibilities as being some of the most unappreciated members of society without your constant nagging and condescending behavior. Besides, there's no cutoff age for you. You can date or pork whoever you want, and you'll either be celebrated for being a cougar, a boss babe, or a single mother triumphing over the evil that is a man who just wants a sandwich after working for 12 hours straight. So do whatever the hell you want, sister. Most of us stopped caring decades ago.
And you know what else? Get out of my house!
But you said I should take you.
Get out!
Okay, so this video is to help you guys, you men, out whenever it comes to striking up a conversation with a female. And I just want to start off by saying that this is not an invitation. Please don't message me, because there's a 99% chance that I will not respond to you. Not because I'm mean, but because, like, just no. So I am single. Okay, and from time to time I will get on dating apps. Y'all, it drives me insane whenever the very first message I get from a man is, hey. That's it? That's all you got? Or even if it's like, hey, how are you? Hey, what's up? I'm telling you right now, I won't respond to those. I just won't. Like, whenever I get those types of messages from somebody I match with, this is literally, I'm like, ugh. And then I just unmatch. Sometimes I'll respond, like if I'm bored, I guess, or maybe like something else in your profile is like, well, maybe there's some potential here, so let me just like shoot a hey back. But guys, like, engage.
Nope. That would be a waste of time.
Yeah, that's not happening, sister. And that's because you're not trying to meet men. You want the attention. And that's not me putting words in your chowder hole, lady. You literally said that. You've been single for a while and you aren't interested in dudes reaching out to you. You want the good-looking dudes you crave to give you the validation you want because, again, you said it yourself, you're bored. Why should any man put in more effort reaching out to you when you've already determined that the proud members of the illustrious bottom 95% club to be less than subhuman? Men were not put on this earth to entertain you, lady, nor are they under any obligation to validate your existence with a 5-sentence long engagement sentence to make you interested. An average dude could bring up a very good question or an icebreaker, and you'll still ignore him based on his looks alone. So no, we won't be putting in any more effort because we ditched the dating apps and have actually been living lives that don't involve staring at our phone screens for 8 hours at a time.
With this person, if you are reaching out to them on social media, you can do enough research to see more about this person. Comment on something, anything. Hey, I see that you sing. What's your favorite type of music that you listen to? What's your favorite type of music to sing? How long have you been playing piano? Like literally anything besides, hey, it's like, what? That's it. The best conversations that I have had with men that I'm actually like, you know what, I think I want to talk to this guy, are the conversations where there's not even really a formal introduction. Like the men just go in and start talking about something random on my profile, and it'll be like a little bit witty or just like flirty and like sarcastic ways, and that's my favorite. And I know every woman is different, but I know that probably every woman would appreciate a thought out intro. So just take that and put it in your pocket, and let's just do a little bit better.
No.
All right, let me get this straight here. You're a woman on a dating app, which means that you get an endless stream of dudes reaching out to you. The average guy on a dating app is lucky to get 2 to 3 responses in a given year, and you're bitching about how the dudes who are messaging you aren't putting in any effort to compliment you and shower you with attention? Well, let me ask you something. Why? Why in the hell should he? It's not like you're even entertaining the idea of committing to a dude for life. You just want men to shower you with praise. But lady, there's nothing to praise. You think we actually give a crap about what you have to say? Do you think we're taking notes when you add yet another thing to your ubiquitous list of demands that you have of us? There's literally zero point in us doing that. At best, you'll agree to a dinner date where you'll feign interest in the guy as you think about how much you can't wait for the dinner to end so you can go home and think about all of the reasons why you don't want to see him again. And on a personal note, if you want a guy to try to provide you with an interesting conversation, you should probably have something interesting about your personality for that to happen, which is why I am thankful for all of the fine members of the Bounty Board over on Patreon. Not only is their generosity the stuff of legend, but they're also the types of people who can hang out with you for hours over at Skeeter's house and you will never get bored once. Yeah, you guys are truly that awesome. All hail! And if you value the work that I do, check out the Bounty Board over on Patreon, where $5 a month gets you access to exclusive content you're not going to find on YouTube. I'll leave the link in the pinned comment down below for you.
We listen and we don't judge.
Sometimes I don't really have a headache. We listen and we
listen and we don't judge. Sometimes I go in the bathroom and hide and pretend to go to the bathroom when I hear the chaos in the house, just so you have to handle it, not me. I'm not judging. No. We listen and we don't judge.
When sometimes I tell you I'm going to get a facial, but I'm really going to get Botox.
We listen and we don't judge. Sometimes I pretend to have to fix something downstairs just so I can play video games and have some peace. We're not judging. We listen and we don't judge.
Sometimes I move your keys on purpose just to drive you crazy when you say you can't find them.
Man, that's just mean. That's mean, man.
Okay, let's go ahead and break this down for a moment. Insofar, the wife has lied to her husband about having a headache just to deny him bedroom fun. She lies to him so she can go get Botox injections, and she's intentionally hiding his keys because it amuses her. Meanwhile, this man is living in a household that is so hellish that the only way he can get some peace and quiet is if he's sitting on the toilet for 20 goddamn minutes or having to sneak into the basement on the pretext of a lie just so he can play some video games. Now, she is straight up shocked and appalled over the fact that he would have the nerve to want some peace and quiet in his own household that she is intentionally disrupting into chaos on a regular basis. But it's just quirky and cute whenever she weaponizes the bedroom or torments him for just a few yucks. I mean, this man is doing the best that he can, and what does she do in return? She constantly lies to him, denies him intimacy, and finds excuses to laugh at him. And all he wants is to have a few precious moments to himself where he can enjoy some peace. I mean, this marriage just seems like hell on earth, if you ask me.
We listen and we don't judge. Sometimes I go in our bedroom at night and pretend to fold laundry while you're downstairs just so I don't have to help you clean up. We listen and we don't judge. We don't judge.
Sometimes I tell you I have to go run errands, but I'm really just eating Chick-fil-A in my car and going shopping.
We listen and we don't judge. Sometimes I ignore you and pretend like I can't hear you in hopes that you'll get so annoyed that you have to repeat it that you won't ask me to do something again.
You're done.
You! I will think of you as I throw up into the toilet.
Oh, so the fact that he's given up trying to listen to you is his fault? Lady, every single thing that you mentioned involves either spending his own money on your own pleasures, making his home life a living hell, and pretty much condemning him for wanting some alone time because you made it fairly obvious that he can't have any time to himself unless he's faking household chores and letting his legs go numb on the freaking toilet. You're the reason why men don't want to get married anymore, sister. Why in the hell should they? You make this man's life miserable. You can't bring yourself to respect him, and you're constantly nagging him to the point where he needs to escape to another part of the house just to get away from you. Meanwhile, all of your lies, deceptions, and mean-spirited actions are just fun. Well, it's not. You've openly admitted to not honoring your husband, and deep down, you straight up hate him. And if you didn't, you would never do any of the things that you just told him, which just goes to show how the marriage is just about as worthless as you are, sweetheart. Yeah, I have listened, and I have judged, and I deem you guilty.
Court's adjourned.
I don't understand the concept of why females are so confusing to males. Hey babe, what do you want to do today? You know what I want to do today. I want to go to fucking Starbucks and I want to go walk around Home Goods or Target. But like, what do we need from there? That's not the point. Like, I don't really need anything. I just need to walk around the store and look, and then like the store tells me what I need. So men, make your women happy. Crispy beverage, walk around a store that she likes. That's it.
Cool.
So in other words, you want to go out and buy an overpriced beverage on his dime, then wander around a store for a few hours and spend even more of his money on useless trinkets? Yeah, lady, we know this. That's why we won't do it. You see, men have things that they like to do as well, and standing around while you gawk at clothing and table centerpieces for a few hours isn't something that we exactly like doing. And even if that dude put his entire life on hold to take you shopping, you're still gonna find a reason to complain. The Starbucks won't have your favorite drink, or the store will be sold out of that one thing you desperately wanted 2 minutes ago. And this guy, he'll have to listen to all of your whining as your entire day has been ruined, and not only is it somehow his fault, it's also his job to make your day better by doing some mysterious thing that he won't be able to get right. So in other words, it's his fault for not wanting to waste time at a store, it's his fault when your shopping spree doesn't go the way that you want, and it's his fault when he can't make you feel better. So why should we bother? I'm gonna give you a hint, sister. We won't. So do your own stupid shopping and leave us out of it, sister. And that's going to do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave a couple of comments, and be sure to share this video so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you once again for checking out the new video, gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.